Hello and welcome to Brotakus, the anime podcast where we get together and discuss all things otaku. My name is Chris, your host, and I'm here with my good friends Matt and Chrisio. How you doing, Matt?
Yes, we officially
Got
adopted
him.
the name earlier today at work.
Okay. I told you were going to want
Yeah,
that
yeah,
name
yeah.
after the show. After you seen that shit, I knew you was going to want that name because Yurio's the best character.
Oh, yeah.
He just is. On repeat viewings, my two long-lost loves are, even though I saw them like yesterday through the entirety of the series again, Christoph Giacometti, Yurio. Those are the two.
Your sexual innocence makes me powerful, Matt Ross.
Your sexual innocence may be powerful.
Alrighty. So today we are getting together and we are going to do a topic discussion here. Not one of the first impressions that we normally do. Our topic today is what is your most underrated, or not under, but overrated anime. So we're going to be shit talking some stuff that people might actually like.
Yeah.
So if you're easily butthurt, deal with it.
I was going to say get over it, but okay.
Deal with it.
If you're not easily butthurt, go watch Yuri on ours. Get it? Because gay.
I mean, you know,
We love Yuri on Ice. Don't get me
we do.
Anybody who's ever heard me speak over the last month and a half knows
They know.
my love of Yuri
Oh,
on
God,
Ice.
they know, yeah.
Somebody at work, I was trying to convince them to watch Yuri on Ice, and they're like, I don't think I'm ever going to watch it. It was some girl, and I was just like, kill yourself. I'm never talking to you again. It's fine. Whatever. You're just depriving yourself of the greatest viewing experience of your life. You know what I mean? That's not on me.
Yeah. That's
It's
your
true.
problem. You're the one living without it. So
Yeah, exactly. It's like dismissing sex without ever having sex, being like, nah, it doesn't seem like it's for me.
It's not my thing.
Yeah. It's like, dude.
Not my cup of tea.
It's like, dude,
I don't know, man.
pretty cool. I enjoy it. I know a lot of people enjoy it. Anybody that's had it that I know really enjoys this fucking anime.
So, I actually mentioned this to Bogard earlier, because I was rewatching it. I'm trying to introduce it to my mom. Did you know during the middle cards,
It's hilarious.
the name of the actual dish that shows up in the middle cards is behind it?
I like that the thing disappears and they eat it. I like that. I also like the development of the title sequence. We should probably get into the topic after this. But I like the development of the title sequence, how the title sequence adds a little bit more color and a little bit more detail as the series progresses, until the final episodes, where they have all the competitors in the Grand Prix final or whatever are showing up in the backgrounds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And all that. It's really good.
One last side note before we actually get into the discussion. You were mentioning the media sales.
Oh,
Which we found this quite interesting, and this was not planned by us in any way. It just kind of coincidentally worked out that way.
yeah, I was reading Anime News Network. I check it quite often. And I was mentioning to Chris over here that while One Piece was the highest media selling franchise in Japan, Yuri on Ice was only just roughly over 200 million behind it. 200 million yen behind it. And that includes anime, CD sales, manga sales, and novel sales, of which Yuri on Ice was only selling anime and CD sales.
Pretty much. Now, just for a quick clarification here.
It's about $100 million. It's about $1 million, I want to say. Well, $2 million.
Okay, let's.
It'd be about 32 million.
I'm checking right now.
That's a weird conversion.
Essentially,
It's $2.2146 million. So
In your face!
$2.2 million.
Boom!
Overall, grand scheme of things, $2 million behind.
Don't argue with the Jew
Not
on
that
conversion
much,
rates.
you know?
Hater.
no, it's not.
That's pretty close. But that's pretty cool. I just find that really neat because that's right around the time that we were also posting our season recap for Yuri on Ice. And got some surprise downloads out of it, so that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But let's jump into the topic. Now that we've talked for 5 minutes about other shit.
So,
about Yuri on Ice again.
So, overrated animes.
Yeah. Just
There's a
things that
Mine's
people have
gonna
told
be a
you to
film.
watch. And then after finally watching, you're like, why the fuck are people recommending this? This is garbage.
So my first go-to was that Netflix anime, 7 Deadly Sins.
Yeah.
I do not like that show. It's so bad. People people kept being like, "Hey, watch this," and I was like, "All right, fuck it." And I finally caved one day because I was at somebody's house and they were like, "Oh man, you gotta watch this," and I was like, "Fuck it, throw it on." And we watched the first episode and I was like, "Oh my god, this is terrible."
Right.
Because I'm very against fan service in my anime. Like, it's fine if it's like not really like front and center.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I started watching Dragon Ball Z during the Namek saga or whatever.
Where you get
during,
all
like,
that Goku fan service.
The actual
Goku nipple.
The actual Namek saga. So, like, I didn't get all the weird Master Roshi fan service that you get from, like, fucking Dragon Ball and shit like that, where he's, like, creeping on Bulma's panties and stuff like that, and he's just, you know what I'm saying? I didn't get any of that shit, and then, like, I don't know, I'm just not about fan service at all. Like, I just don't care. I don't want to see cartoon characters fucking creeping on and perving on.
Now, I do like Seven Deadly Sins, but
It's a pretty heavy first episode where there's a lot of fan service.
it's one of those animes where it's not what I expected going in, and it didn't appeal to me at first. Like, I gave up on it the first time, and then eventually came around and rewatched it. Like, rewatched the first episode, and then started watching a little further, and then I finally kind of got into it. It took me multiple attempts to get into it, though.
Yeah.
I was actually reading the manga for quite some time.
One thing I've been told about it, because I have not checked out the manga, I was told that the anime is basically shot for shot with the manga.
I have not watched the anime.
Okay.
I stepped out a little bit. I had to drop it because I was reading a bunch of other things at the time. So it's just one that I do want to get back into. But
I was told that it was basically shot for shot perfect with the manga, except for like one specific scene that they just leave out completely.
I'm not entirely sure on that. I did watch the first episode, probably with the same people Gadri watched it with.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And I absolutely did not like the voice acting at all, and it was a very large turnoff for me.
Right.
I also didn't really find the Japanese voices very appealing either.
You didn't like the sub or the dub.
I have very specific character voices in mind, and if they don't match up to that when I'm reading the
Not
manga,
at least close.
So here's a side discussion. Since how he's Crisio, can I be Gadra Comedy?
yes.
Sure.
Dope.
So Gadra Comedy.
Very excited about this. Yes, please. But yeah, so like that I didn't really like. I felt like that was pretty badly overrated. Everybody was like, "Oh, this thing's incredible."
Another one. Going back to the Netflix thing, another anime that I hated that Netflix produced was that Knights of Sidonia bullshit.
Is that like the mech anime or whatever?
I don't know. I've never watched more than 38 seconds of it. The animation's so bad. I don't want to watch an anime that rolls at like 13 frames per second.
I've not seen it.
It's bad.
It's like a broken video game.
I've not seen it. I have no intention of watching it. It didn't sound like something that would interest me.
See, here's my problem with the Netflix anime. And this
The
is
Death
pretty
Note live
universal.
action movie.
This is pretty much fucking universal across all of them. If I go into a Netflix anime, odds are it's going to be that fucking bad CGI that they keep putting them in. Like,
Dude.
was it Ajin or something? The premise sounds really cool. Like, the whole like idea behind it looks cool. But then I tried to start watching it's that fucking CGI. Same with
So fuck Netflix anime, and I'll tell you why. So they did.
I'm gonna give them one final shot. They've got a Cyborg 009
It's
reboot.
shit. That's what I was about to go into. That's already there. They already have a Cyborg 009 thing, and the animation is so fucking terrible. I watched about 38 seconds of it, and I fucking love Cyborg 009.
Yeah, me too.
Cyborg 009 was my shit, dude. But yeah, I literally got about 38 seconds into it, and I was like, no fucking thank you. It looks like a fucking PS2 game.
Yeah, that's
shit.
It's not even good CGI. Like, it'd be a different story if they did like the Berserk Agatha King movies. Like, the second and third movie were pretty good on the CGI. But no, they all came out like the Berserk 2016 anime, which was just absolute trash.
Yeah, it was garbaggio, because I hold that.
That's unfortunate. That was my last hope for the Netflix anime.
I can give it a try because I don't know what like the other animes look like.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's the same animation style, but I can tell you it looks like garbaggio.
Right. Here the thing is, I can watch Ruby which looked bad already.
Never seen it.
But it looked bad because of technological limitations when they were making it initially, and I can tolerate that, but. It's Netflix. They have, a pretty decent budget to be able to make something decent, and yet they still want to shit out like bad CG anime.
They make
Well, they're more the licensors for these anime that are coming over in Japan. They're just doing a really bad job at picking them.
They make like $1.5 billion or some crazy fucking number.
I will give Netflix one thing. I've not seen it yet. I've only seen the original OAV by Studio Trigger, Little Witch Academia.
Okay. I've not seen it yet.
Both
it's on my list.
Yeah, all of it's on Netflix by now, I believe. So I do plan on watching all of it at some point.
Okay.
Another anime that I feel like is very overrated that everybody loves, or like a lot of the classical anime that everybody loses their mind over. Like I don't understand why people lose their mind over Ghost in the Shell.
I really like Ghost in the Shell, but I didn't when I was first introduced to it. I didn't like it. It wasn't my thing. But now that I'm getting older, like it kind of clicked with me a little more, and I get it.
I also really didn't give a shit about what is it, Akira?
Okay.
Whatever the fuck. Once again, I was like, and then I really don't like. I feel like almost everything Studio Ghibli's ever done is really overrated.
Akira. Let me follow up with Akira. Akira was one of my first actual introductions into serious anime. Because prior to Akira, it was mostly shit like Dragon Ball Z, which they were kind of serious, but like in the grand scheme of things, they're not like, it's the most true of anime. They're just like
it's less grounded in reality than Akira is.
Here's the thing about Dragon Ball Z, all right, that it has on everything else, which is it has the best theme music other than History Maker.
To this day, I still have a hard time classifying Dragon Ball Z as anime because I watched that shit on Cartoon Network and it just wasn't anime to me at the time.
Well, I mean, almost nothing I saw ever really clicked as anime to me until
he was like, oh, it's that cool ass cartoon with people fighting.
Until I was like 18 or some shit like that, and then like somebody was like, check out this anime, and I was like, you mean this cartoon? And they were like, no, it's
it was
anime.
Bible Black, wasn't it?
And I was like, cartoon. What was it?
It was Bible Black, wasn't it? Someone showing you an anime when you're 18.
No, I'm pretty sure that's another category. I believe it begins with an H.
Yeah.
It often has tentacles fucking in it.
I'm pretty sure this one has demon fucking nuns. I've not actually seen Bible Black.
There you
I'm
go.
not either.
There you go.
Well, let me rephrase that. I was shown a clip from Bible Black, and nope, not down with that.
Dude, I remember one day we were all hanging out playing D&D or whatever, and your ex-girlfriend was said something about drawing hentai, and I was just like, that's fucking weird, and she was like, you like that shit? And I was like, I'm not fucking David. I was like, you have the wrong super pale white person, woman. Yeah. Look at me.
Let's see. What was the second one you said? You said Akira, and then
I said just in general all Studio Ghibli stuff. Like I never really understood the appeal to it. I don't.
Studio Ghibli's hit or miss with me. I'm not gonna lie.
I love a lot of Studio Ghibli movies that I've actually seen. Granted, I've not seen a lot of them. Spirited Away is one I really want to see. I just haven't gotten around to it.
I like Spirited Away. I like Nausicaa, and I like Castle in the Sky. That's about it.
My thing.
I love Princess Mononoke.
I hated Princess Mononoke, but I had fucking crazy bitches in high school that were just obsessed with everything Princess Mononoke and wolves and all this fucking like mental shit. And fuck
Princess Mononoke was probably my first introduction into something anime related that didn't come on Cartoon Network. I saw it on Stars when I was like 7.
Okay.
I absolutely loved it. Now,
wouldn't you fancy your Stars?
I mean,
my grandparents had DirecTV, or no, well, it might have been Direct. It may have been Dish Network. It's one of those fucking satellite things.
Yeah.
So I had access to more channels too, but I didn't get that luxury when I was at my actual like mom or dad's house.
So here's the thing. This is all I'll say about Studio Ghibli. Studio Ghibli is fine, but people like hero worship Studio Ghibli. Like, to a point that it frustrates me. Because they'll be like, you mentioned something Studio Ghibli did, and they're like, oh my god, Studio Ghibli.
Yeah.
And then, like, I've had a bunch of animes described to me as, like, imagine Studio Ghibli, and I'm like, you fuck, stop. Like, you can stop there.
Right there, yeah.
It's just one of those things where it's like, I don't dislike Studio Ghibli stuff solely because I don't like their anime or something like
Like
that.
their animation.
You hate
It's
their fan base.
100% based off the fact that everyone fucking slobs on their knob so fucking hard that I'm like, calm the fuck down. I'm like, chill the fuck out, dude. They're not that good. It's like me with Kendrick Lamar, where it's like rap fans are like, he's the greatest ever. He's changing everything. He's the greatest. And I'm just like, he's a rapper. Like he's
So for the same reason I hate Drake.
yeah, where it's just like everybody is so obsessed with this person for no particular reason that it's just like, calm down. He's not the Michael Jordan of whatever the fuck he's doing. Like, chill.
Yeah.
Like,
No, I can see where you're coming from with Studio Ghibli. For me, Studio Ghibli's just fucking hit or miss. Like, some of them were like interesting films. I like things like Nausicaa, like I said, Spirited Away, shit like that. I like those, but then they follow them up with like dumb kiddie shit like Porco Rosso and Ponyo, and
I
don't
love
have,
Ponyo.
I don't have a desire to watch what very clearly looks like it is marketed to like preteens or like younger children. That's just not what I'm into for anime for the most part.
so I'd be fine with something that looks like it's meant for younger kids as long as there's
Something
substance to
that
it.
can be, appealing to, an adult as well.
It's the Adventure Time thing where it's like, yes, this is definitely a thing made targeted for small children, but there's enough substance to the actual content that's like, okay.
Well, I don't care about
Whatever,
pigs flying airplanes. I don't care about some weird little girl that lived underwater and runs around on waves and tsunamis, and there's
But
no
Liam
actual
Neeson-
story there, and nothing makes fucking sense.
But
It's just-
Liam Neeson is in it.
I don't care. I don't like Liam Neeson.
Me neither. My problem with
That's
Liam
for
Neeson-
you, David.
My problem with Liam
Fucking
Neeson
deal with it.
is the fact that Liam Neeson plays Liam Neeson in every role he plays. Liam Neeson, my daughter was taken. Liam Neeson, I'm fighting a wolf. Liam Neeson, I have a lightsaber. Liam Neeson, I'm training Batman. Like he's Liam Neeson no matter what. It's not great acting ability.
I like Ponyo. I'm not like, it's not my favorite Studio Ghibli movie of all time or anything. I thought it was a cute movie, and there's that. I absolutely despise Howl's Moving Castle, though.
I was about to go there. I fucking hate Howl's Moving Castle. And the funny thing is, I actually read the original book of Howl's Moving Castle by
Does it
Diana
make any
Wynne
more
Jones.
sense than the movie?
A little bit.
Okay.
A fair bit. So I'm actually familiar with the actual source material that has nothing to do with the Studio Ghibli film. I fucking hated it.
I'm not going to say the Studio Ghibli film doesn't make sense. It just has a lot of scenes that are unnecessary, and it moves way too fast for its own good. It doesn't allow us time to stop and breathe and take in the characters. It's always moving, and if you're not paying attention to every slightest detail, every single frame, you could lose something important and just be lost for the rest of the movie.
Yep.
Well,
No bathroom breaks.
Another series that a lot of people really like that I don't really like. Now, I'm a dude bro. I like dude bro animes. Dragon Ball Z is one of my favorite animes. I really don't like Dragon Ball.
I like Dragon Ball.
I can't do it.
I like Dragon Ball because I didn't like it so much when I was a kid, because when I was a kid, I just wanted to watch Goku fight things. And go Super Saiyan, all that crazy shonen shit. Now, I've actually gone back and rewatched Dragon Ball. I like it just because it tells a good adventure story.
See, I can't get into it, dude. I try, and I'm like, nope.
There are certain arcs I have to skip, like I don't care about the General Blue parts. I don't care about...
Well, in general, that's the problem. The problem is that because I've seen Dragon Ball Z, it's like, okay, so I know what's going to happen. I know who all the characters are. I know how they're all acting. And then I really don't like fan service. So, those things combined, I can't really get into it all that much. Also, just the animation, it aged well, but it's definitely aged.
Let me tell you, I'm about to get shit on for this. For these next two things I'm about to mention.
Yeah, fuck it. Haters are gonna hate.
I hate Inuyasha.
I also don't like Inuyasha. Kagome! That's the entire series.
And
I remember a
Inuyasha's-
day when Inuyasha was so popular that it was it was jokingly said that if Adult Swim ever stopped airing it, people would riot in the streets because it was that fucking popular. I hate Inuyasha.
Yeah, Inuyasha's not good.
Inuyasha is also actually one of my favorite anime, but I can understand why you would hate it.
We've been over that at length at work.
Yeah.
I
just
don't
convinced,
like
dude.
it. The story, it's so long, and the story never seems to really progress up to a certain point.
It's just one long-ass D&D campaign set in feudal Japan.
Pretty much. I don't care about Kagome. I don't care about her, any of her interactions with the story. Inuyasha as a character was kind of interesting, but when you pair him with Kagome, that was just... It ruins it. Kikyo was an interesting character. Shishomaru was interesting. There's a lot of...
This is what
It
you
had
do.
potential.
I love it for Naraku. I'm not going to lie.
This is what you do if you want to see what happens in Inuyasha's life. Go to Yu Yu Hakusho, watch it, and see what happens.
Here's the thing. Yu Yu Hakusho is fucking amazing. That's all I'm saying there.
I know.
I've actually never finished the anime. I did read the manga, but all the way to the end, I've just never finished the anime.
I recommend the anime because as the manga series progressed, the overall quality kind of dipped because of health issues with the writer.
Oh, that still happens.
I'm just saying.
Hunter x Hunter's been on hiatus for... I think it's 3 years at this point, maybe 5 years, and it comes back every few weeks and then takes off more months.
Right. But where they had like good source material to work with and an actual full studio to work on it, I believe that the anime is actually better. But the next one that I fucking hate. Which one do you want to go to? Because I got lots.
Just go for it.
One Piece. Fairy Tail.
I don't like Fairy Tail either. I also don't like Soul Reaper. Or Eater,
Soul
or
Eater?
whatever the fuck.
I like Soul Eater, but it's kind of just mediocre for me. Like, I don't love it. I don't hate it. I can watch it if it's on, but I'm never drawn to keep watching it.
You said Fairy Tail and
One Piece.
One Piece, both of which I actually like. I'm currently also
I'm not-
reading.
In last
I don't. I'm not belittling your opinion in any way. I don't like them.
I can understand your reasons for not liking them, especially your reason. Any reasons for Fairy Tail? I don't know what they are, but
My issues with Fairy Tail is I've tried to watch it on multiple occasions, and it's just not interesting to start out. And from what I was told by someone else who has seen the entire series and is like hardcore about the series, it doesn't even really get interesting for like 30 to 40 episodes.
it does.
And I just don't want to wait 30 to 40 episodes to watch something good.
I have two favorite arcs in the series, and this last arc is dragging on. I don't want to wait the last 4 weeks for the
In
final
my
chapter.
opinion,
but
it feels like Fairy Tail is like if you had taken Naruto Shippuden and started it after the Sasuke retrieval arc in original Naruto and just had all that filler, that 100 episodes of filler. That's what Fairy Tail is. To me.
My thing about Fairy Tail is that when it comes to most anime, a lot of anime that there's big like fight set pieces in, you can show me a really cool fight set piece and I'm in. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I got people into Naruto, is I would just show them fights. I would show them the Pain fight, or I'd show them the Rock Lee Gaara fight when it was original Naruto, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I just show them a fight scene. It's like, oh, this is what this fucking is? I'm in, dude. This is incredible. I've been shown a fuck ton of stuff about Fairy Tail. Like, oh, watch this little clip, and watch this little clip, watch this little clip. Nothing's ever dug its nails into me enough that I'm like, okay, I have to go watch this now.
I wonder exactly what scenes you were shown. And I will also say the anime is atrocious compared to the manga.
Okay.
I like.
Does it take 40 episodes to get going in the manga?
It was a while before I actually got interested in the manga as well.
Okay.
It does have a very slow start.
So what you're telling me is if it were in Shonen Jump and I was just reading it as I got Shonen Jump because I like Shonen Jump, I'd probably be okay with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
As you got into the later series, basically starts off every story arc basically focuses on a single character and goes further into their backstory and whatnot. And it's good. I love it. Except for this last arc. It's just kind of drug on. And I'm not going to say it's a perfect manga. Every manga's flawed. Even some of my favorite things are flawed. But
All I'm saying is, Kurama's the best fictional fox character, man.
Who?
Kurama.
Oh, yeah, Kurama.
Kurama's the greatest
dope.
fictional fox man ever. Fuck Inuyasha. Punk bitch. Only one that's better is Naruto.
I thought you were actually referencing the nine-tailed fox when you said Kurama for a second.
Nah, I'm talking about Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Trying to think, is there anything else that I just genuinely think is super fucking overrated?
Basically, you can just throw out most popular anime, and I'm gonna be like, "Boo! Get off the stage."
Well,
you suck.
I would toss Bleach under the bus, but it feels like you're beating a dead horse at
like
this point
Bleach.
because
Well, no.
Bleach. Everyone pretty much acknowledges that Bleach stopped being good.
After
Years
Ichigo
ago?
saves Rukia, it should have stopped.
I agree it should have stopped. I do still think there was some decent content afterwards, up until Hueco Mundo. After that, they were stretching.
Yeah.
Trying to make that money, dude.
Yeah. Like,
Somebody was like, "Man, I'm 500,000
I don't
yen
even
away
wanna-
from a new car."
I don't even want to shit on Bleach because I feel bad for Bleach because it started out real good, but even like the most diehard Bleach fans I've ever met are just like, oh no, Bleach died.
Yeah, we're done.
Bleach died years ago.
If I ever get around to watching the Bleach anime, I think I'm gonna stop after Ichigo saves Rukia and then just leave it as that in my mind.
Yeah, I mean,
Seriously,
that's a smart way to go about it.
there's a lot of anime that are just too far gone that I'm just like, no, never.
One I kind of want to say is overrated. Now I just kind of stopped reading it at some point, so I can't say this for certain. If it ever got any better, I just didn't like the way the plot was going. Was Attack on Titan.
Okay.
Where I'd gotten in the manga, they actually revealed what was going on.
Try not to spoiler because I have not seen it.
I will keep this kind of spoiler free. I'll just say
I've seen
what
like
was
2 episodes of
revealed.
the new season, so
I will say what was revealed, but I won't say exactly what was revealed, if that makes sense. I'll say the plot points that came about that were like questioned in the first season, but I won't say what the plot points were.
you'll
resolved
mention
to be.
what the mystery was, but not what it turned. What
Yes.
the answer was. Okay.
Yeah.
Go
It's
ahead.
going to be like the crocodile and the thing, but it's not Mr. Jenkins. We'll go with that Scooby-Doo thing.
Okay.
Listen,
I don't know. I fucking hate Scooby-Doo.
It's always
love
fucking old man at Jenkins. Always old man Jenkins. They just need to come to a town. Next time they fucking Scooby-Doo it up, just go to the town.
If you had
and
an
they-
old curmudgeon named Mr. Jenkins, it's
yeah,
probably
just
him.
go in there and be like, "Hey man, any crazy shit happening in town?" "Yeah, man. Every time that we go to the amusement park, this fucking weird ghost thing chases us off." "Cool, man. There an old man in this town?" "Yeah." "Name old man like Jenkins or Schmidt or something shit like that?" "Yeah, old man Jenkins. He live in a creepy ass house up the hill." "Yeah, he lives right up in that creepy ass house." That's
Have
the
y'all been
motherfucker that
bothering
done
him
did it.
lately? Yeah. Oh, it's him.
That's the motherfucker that done did it. This town used to do something that it doesn't do anymore. "Yeah, this used to be a mining town. We used to be on gold mines." There's your fucking problem. Found a gold mine. He's scaring you away from that goddamn gold mine. Go get him. Guarantee you find a ghost suit up in this bitch.
But they revealed exactly what the Titans were, everything about the wall. I thought the wall part was interesting until they explained what the Titans were, which I could start seeing from a mile away, and I was hoping I was wrong. And they started bringing about implications on why it was going on. I lost interest really quick, and I don't really care for it anymore.
Listen,
Fair enough.
you're all from south of the wall to me. See, my thing about Attack on Titan was I started watching it, and I started watching it before it was dubbed. Started watching the sub, and I watched the first 3 episodes of the sub, and I was like, "Oh, this is pretty good." And then I never went back to it once it was dubbed. So that must tell you something about my personal feelings regarding it. Is like it was fine, like I was somewhat interested, but not enough.
I tried to go back and
once I
watch the
stopped.
dub, and for once, I just couldn't.
Yeah.
But I think it was because I'd probably already watched like the first season subbed probably 10 times
Like-
before then. So by the time the dub had
was
come out, I
ingrained.
was so fucking just used
Yeah.
to the way they were that I just couldn't do it.
See, my thing is like the opening of Attack on Titan with like it's so fucking slow, and I just don't care about the main character. Like I don't like
when you said
shows-
opening, I thought you were meaning like the opening theme. I was like, dude,
No.
that gets me fucking high.
So I don't like shows that try and make you interested in characters without earning it. I feel like you have to earn me giving a shit about your character. All right, and Attack on Titan very much tries to like he's a little kid and he's getting beat up and his fucking family dies and this is so sad. You care so much, and I'm like, I don't give a shit about this kid. Let him get beat in the street. I don't give a fuck. You know what kept me going in this series? Second I saw the goddamn armored titan crashing through the wall, I was like, this motherfucker is savage. I was like, God damn.
I will
look at him.
say, the anime is actually different from the manga.
In my mind, Eren Yeager is just kind of a plot device. I don't feel that he's really the protagonist. I feel like...
Oh, he's a protagonist. He's just a very weak
I don't think
protagonist.
you're supposed to give much of a shit about Eren. I feel like it's like Mikasa, Armin, and some of the other like supporting characters that are the ones that are really supposed to drive the story along. And then Eren, though he is the protagonist, is just kind of plot device, basically.
Know how you get me to care about
So
Attack on
Tidus
Titan?
from Final Fantasy X.
Exactly.
A new supporting character comes through. All right, one of these guys that try and fight the Titans. Right, you know who it is? Christoph Giacometti. He's dancing on those blades.
He'll triple Salchow right across that weak spot on the neck.
Dude, he'll quad Lutz up in this bitch. No one quad Lutzes like Christoph Giacometti. Nobody.
All right. Well, I think we've shit on enough anime for one day.
Yeah, we've made enough enemies.
Yeah, we've made enough enemies for the day. So I think we're going to wrap it there. Check us out. We are part of the Loud Table Loud Table Productions Podcast Network. We've made a really complicated
Shake
name.
it off. Shake it off.
Why Taylor Swift now?
Because you got to shake it off, dude.
Right.
Haters
Is
gonna
that in your-
hate,
is that in your
hate,
workout
hate,
mix?
hate. Actually, yeah.
That's why he's...
Dude, I listen to the worst workout music. It gets no one else hype other than me.
Right. But, yeah, check us out. We're part of the Loud Table Podcast Network. We have content that we try to post every single day. We have comedy, general discussion, obviously anime, movies, Game of Thrones, all that shit. If we don't have something that you want, email us, loudtableproductions@gmail.com. We'll do our best to make it.
Yeah, we've actually listened not so much to your feedback, but to our download numbers, and we are making some changes around here.
Yes, we are. We're a big fan of analytics up in here.
Dude, I love some analytics. Keep going, though.
Basically, we're number nerds.
I'm breaking your rhythm.
It's okay.
This is just Moneyball.
Hit us up there. If we don't have content, we'll do our best to make it. Also, check us out on social media. We are Loud Table Productions we're Loud Table Prod on Twitter. We're Loud Table _Productions on Instagram.
Loud Table Productions on Facebook.
Loud Table Productions on Facebook. That's right. What's the other thing? Oh, yeah. Personal social media. I'm at Chris_Bogard on Twitter.
I'm at Gadry Ross. That is GADRYROSS.
I'm at Negima Addict on Instagram. I've
Hey, we
only
figured it
followed
out.
one of the Yuri on Ice characters so far. I will follow more.
Dude, the other night I started looking into those, and I noticed that that Victor Nikiforos has 101,000 followers.
One of those is me.
That's a lot for a fictional character.
It's fine. It's fine.
Look, I'm
I'm
perfectly...
going to message them. Message Victor Nikiforov on Instagram and be like, hey, man, here's our podcast. We talk the shit out of you.
Hey, my friend is totally gay for you in the
Yeah.
best kind of way.
Oh, I totally need to get you a Victor Nikiforov hug pillow.
Dude, I'll throw it in my bed. I'll have chicks up in this bitch.
You have Victor on one side and Christoph on the other?
Well, I saw them. They only have Yuri K, Yurio, and Victor. But
My favorite thing I saw was on, I think it was Redbubble,
Yeah.
and it was the shot of it was the shot of Victor Nikiforov and Christoph as they're pouncing onto Yuri, or whatever. And I was like, this is my favorite thing on the planet. Like, it was like I don't even remember what it was, but it was like I don't fucking remember what it was on, but it doesn't matter. 'Cause
Shirt,
that's,
hoodie, bag, something.
yeah, because that's the best thing on the planet, you know.
Yeah. But, hit us up on social media. Share, like on iTunes, whatever. Rate us. 5 stars all day.
every day.
Every day. Yeah.
Every day, tell your
And
friends, family.
anything else y'all
Enemies.
want to put out?
Also, creator of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Hirohiko Araki, did just release a new book for anyone who actually likes manga or wants to write it, or anyone who just wants to be a writer. It is about how his thought process with how he writes, and a lot of his disciplines he follows in his writing style.
Hell yeah.
So I picked it up. I'm actually currently reading it. So far, it's a really good read, even though I'm still in the prologue, if that tells you something.
Are we just going to do a book club with Brotakus, the Brotakus Book Brigade? That's hard as fuck to say.
Brotaku's Book Brigade, I
We
am
gotta
down.
we gotta symbolize some of these names.
We do.
4 syllables at most.
Brotaku's Book Club.
There you go.
Whatever. We'll think on that. Outside of that, yeah, just keep sharing and keep supporting. And the more you support us, the more likely it is that one day, maybe, Senpai will finally notice us.
Go Snow!
Woohoo!
See you later.